Okay, day one. We've got this. Let's start out with just complete confidence. We've got this 90 days of incorporating habits to help reset our minds and bodies, to help restore health, help make us feel amazing in all the ways, help make our brains and memories on our side. I want to share a couple tools I'm going to be using. You can use them or not, but I find these to be really helpful. I want to keep this as sustainable, as simple as possible. But here are a couple tools that I think are pretty critical, especially in monitoring my progress. And I anticipate this will help keep me on track when I see these things improving. One is a Keto Mojo. It's a blood sugar and ketone reader. It has these little strips that I don't have with me right now, but it's super easy. You use this little finger pricker and it just does a super quick prick. You can adjust how deep it goes, so you can start super low level, but you want to press it in, click, get a little blood out, and you're gonna put it into the strip, and that little strip goes into the end, and then it will give you a reading of what your blood sugar is and what your ketones are, and will help to show you if you're on track, when you're on track, that you are on track. Especially if you're doing some fasting with me, you want to be tracking your blood sugar and your ketone levels. Number one, just to make sure you're staying in a safe space for both your blood sugar. You don't want your blood sugar to go too low. You don't want your ketones to go too high. So we can talk about that more as we go. We want to use this to help keep us in a safe state, but we also want to use it to show like how metabolically flexible we are, showing that we can eat and our blood sugar will go up a bit as is natural, and then within a certain quick time frame, it goes back down. That is ideal. We just, a natural bump is appropriate when you've got good metabolic health. Ketones too, as we practice burning the extra fluff we'd like to get rid of, we want to get into ketosis on a regular basis. It not only helps to release that fat, but it also helps to fuel our brains. It's that fat store is being used to create ketones, which help fuel your brain. So good, so good, so good for your brain health. And again, we can go into that more. I am going to. I really want to emphasize keeping this as sustainable and doable as possible for you. So instead of feeling like you have to do all these things, for example, like I understand it could be hard to fit things into your day, like for example, meditation. Think about ways you can fit it into your day. Get super creative. For example, I've talked about the movement snacks. If you have to be on a call for work, can you take that call and like walk around with it? Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but maybe there are other opportunities. If you have a meeting with coworkers, can you convince them to go for a walk with you, or can you meet at the gym, or is there a way to make it work for you? Can you go to a restaurant that has healthier food choices? Think about all the ways you can incorporate it into what you're already doing. Meditation, you don't have to take time to be a whole separate half hour or hour. You can just pause, take a few mindful breaths. Notice your breath going in and your breath going out. And just like anything you do, as you pick up, if you decide to do this could be a practice in mindfulness. So, you just kind of like take a moment to warm up your hands, get the blood flowing, and really feel your fingers, feel that texture of your fingers, and then feel that prick. And maybe you've been someone who's kind of shunned away from pain before, but that little prick, it's not anything. It's really not anything. But you can like really feel into that and notice what it does to your body, and then notice that that little tiny bit of blood that comes out, and like how amazing is that? And just make that whole practice a mindfulness practice. So again, things you're doing anyway, how could you incorporate it in? And we want this to be sustainable, to be habits that you do beyond the 90 days. And again, I don't want you to feel like you're having a bunch of to-dos. Some of it's going to be a little tricky, especially if you're not doing them already, like the 10,000 steps. That can be a little tricky. So just do your best. Again, that mindfulness will help you think about ways that you can be more creative and to fit that stuff in. Times when I was starting to do food prep for dinner, it's like, can I bulk that now and use that 15-20 minutes to go for a walk? That's something that I found I could do, and I did that yesterday. Just I'm trying to ramp myself up to day one. Another thing is the journaling, the food journaling. I wanted to show you this tool. This is an Otter Blotter brand. It's like it's just a lovely journal. It's a nice size. It fits into my bag. And it comes with all these little tags so you can track, so I've got my food journaling, and then I tracked, 50 pages ahead, and I've got my journal, so I'll be writing my thoughts and just things I experienced in these 90 days. As I am cutting out sugar for this 90 days, I've got a video I'm going to include for you guys that's by a doctor that I really respect and admire. He makes amazing YouTube videos, very informative on the science of cutting out sugar and what happens when you cut sugar out for 30 days. So I thought that would be really a helpful tool. And again, whatever you decide to incorporate or not in this 90 days, I like the idea also of like taking things out, like taking out sugar, for example. There's nothing that you have to do with that, right? You just have to be more mindful. Again, we're bringing in mindfulness. You just have to be more aware and mindful of your food choices and maybe check the ingredients. If you're at a restaurant, you might have to ask what the ingredients are in whatever you're thinking about ordering. You might have to get your dressing on the side, things like that. So, and I like that the video also talks about 30 days. So you could take 30 days for the first third of our 90-day challenge, see how it goes. And then you could do another 30 days, again, just tracking, see how it goes. He talks you through what's going to happen in that 30 days, like week by week. And so in some cases, day by day of what you're going to expect to experience in your body as you cut out sugar. It's pretty powerful. And I'd rather you hear from an expert on that. So that will be in our playlist for here. If you're interested in doing the Keto Mojo, they usually have some kind of introductory package. I will check and I will have a link for you all. Make sure if you haven't signed up for the emails, I'm going to be sending out emails that have more details, and I'll be sharing kind of more like probably the things I'm journaling on. I want you guys to just have more insights and feel like you're not alone and have a place where we can engage and have a conversation. So make sure you're signed up for those emails. You should see a link in my information with all my links. Another resource I have for you through the links in my bio information at the top of my YouTube is to my Insight Timer, and I have created different audios for this, and just in general, those is totally a free resource. You can access those through Insight Timer. It's a free app. If you're not already using Insight Timer, it's a great place to go, especially if you're looking to incorporate mindfulness, meditation. You can find all kinds of teachers, all kinds of apps. So if you don't like listening to me that much, you can listen to someone else taking you through like a nighttime meditation, a morning meditation. Sometimes it's you can do a super quick 5-minute de-stress meditation. You can put music on, things like binaural beats to help regulate your brain. So many wonderful things you can do. So what's your plan for your day one? Mine is definitely, my big priorities are to get my 10,000 steps, no sugar, eating whole foods, sweating, and then everything else will fall into place. Obviously, journaling, and tell me what you've got. What's your day one look like? I know if you're doing this with me day by day. It's a Saturday, so that can make things easier or it can make things harder depending on what you've got going on in your life, whatever your work schedule is like, whatever your family schedule is like. How's your day one? That would be something to journal on. Feel free to post it in the comments as well. How successful, how likely do you feel like you're going to experience real transformation at this point? Personally, I know if you stick with this 90 days, commit to these habits, commit to yourself, and really visualize like what could you look like? What could you feel like after 90 days of eating healthfully, prioritizing movement, prioritizing sweat, cutting out sugar, hydrating, all these wonderful things, bringing in more awareness, mindfulness. So like the whole world can be better if we all took time to do that over the course of 90 days. So that said, please, invite a friend to do this with us, and make accountability buddies. Find accountability buddies in the comments. Just post in the comments, hey, I'm here day one. Again, even if you're starting and we're 60 days into it and you're starting day one today, hey, no worries, like you are right on time. So just post in the comment whenever you're starting and cheering you on. You've got this. Like, I see nothing but the best for you. All right, let's do this.